It's been a while since we've reported on the removal of Confederate statues, but it's happening again with this particular monument. Republicans on Capitol Hill, they're fighting to keep a Confederate memorial standing at Arlington National Cemetery as the Pentagon prepares to remove it by week's end. Tom Dempsey has more on this fight. Tom, I have a question for you. For a lot of people, I could see them picking sides as to just whether or not Confederate memorials need to be in place at all. But the fact that this shows a woman, a black woman, I would imagine there might be some conversations about leaving it as a part of history.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is such a emotional debate, if you will, and a debate that still goes on all across the country. But later this morning here at Arlington National Cemetery, crews will continue working to remove this Confederate statue that dates back all the way to 1914. And they expect to complete that work by this upcoming Friday. But again, this debate can get emotional, even heated at times. Even over 36 Republicans recently sent a letter to the Pentagon asking that the Pentagon reconsider the removal. As I said, the Confederate Memorial here at Arlington National Cemetery dates back to 1914, and it was actually designed by a Confederate veteran. It stands 32 feet tall and features a woman in bronze meant to represent the American South. But also included on this monument, as you were saying, Adrienne, are depictions of who the cemetery website describes as an enslaved woman holding a baby belonging to a white officer and an enslaved man following his owner to war. The decision to remove this memorial has brought controversy. Just last week, a group of 44 Republican lawmakers penned a letter to the Defense Secretary saying the commission that called for the removal overstepped its authority and adding, quote, "The reconciliation monument does not honor nor commemorate the Confederacy. The memorial commemorates reconciliation and national unity." Others, though, called for the monument to be removed. That includes the descendants of the Confederate veteran who sculpted the memorial. Back in 2017, they wrote a letter to the Washington Post saying, quote, "Like most such monuments, this statue intended to rewrite history to justify the Confederacy and the subsequent racist Jim Crow laws. It glorifies the fight to own human beings, and in its portrayal of African Americans implies their collusion." Congress began to push for the Department of Defense to remove names, symbols, and monuments that honor the Confederacy, especially after the death of George Floyd in 2020. Since then, the Southern Poverty Law Center reports over 200 Confederate memorials have been removed, renamed, or relocated. Earlier this year, in fact, Fort Bragg in North Carolina, named after a Confederate general that owned slaves, officially got renamed Fort Liberty as part of this push. Republican Virginia Governor Glenn Youngkin has come out against this decision to remove the monument here at Arlington National Cemetery. But once it leaves here near D.C., it's going to be moved to a Civil War battlefield state park about 100 miles west of this location, guys.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.